Hey guys, the section of violence here, man, it's a weird one. We had UFC, sorry, BFL, one FC, and we had BKFC. Let's go through it. So we end up cashing 7 units on the day, which is pretty good, but not to what I'm used to. I'm still adjusting to these new units, guys. So work with me here. Things will start getting back to normal soon. I'm just, getting more comfortable with this unit size. Um, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to look at previous fights. So let's start off with what the card we did the best at. So we did pretty much we swapped the card pretty much for one FC. Starting off, we had Rade Opakic winning a unanimous decision. He dropped Guto. He got his revenge and proved that he's the better striker of the two. It just so happened Guto caught him. Um, but yeah. Next up, we have Sung Hoon Woo. He was the one loss of the card. It was a really close one. I said it was going to be a close one, and he lost a split decision. Moving on, we had Martine Michielento winning by decision, and she wins a unanimous decision. Um, we had Artem Belka taking on Wan Il. Quan Wan Il got the job done. Quite devastating fashion as well. Beautiful. Moving on, we had Arion Sadovic as our player of the day for 1FC. What does he do? He cashes at negative 100 odds. Free money. You gotta love it. Moving on, we had Mansur Malakchev versus Jeremy Yadu. I should have taken a little more faith at this one. I can't trust Eagle FC guys who I've never seen fight before. So good win for him. Jeremy Yado's no joke. Moving on to one of the locks of the card, we had Superbon taking on Tefon Oskin. Beautiful, beautiful KO. Highlight reel head kick. Superbon is has some of the best head kick finishes in the world. It's beautiful to watch. He's a beast. Yeah, big win for Superbon. Moving on, we had Ilya Frymanov taking on pretty much a can being brought in to lose, and that's exactly what happened. Moving on, we had Cade Rutolo taking on Tommy Laniker. He had the more attempts. He won a unanimous decision. That's how it works. We had Regan Ursel versus Dmitry Menishkov. First round left hook. That's all he needed. What a crazy good fighter Ursel is. He is top of the food chain. He truly is. Okay, guys, we cashed plus 475 units, and yeah, we did I believe 9 for 1 or something like that. Yeah, really good predictions on our part. And then we'll get into BFL. So to start, we had so now they decided to add it. Let's just get it over with. So we had Jamie Siraj taking on Esteban Sedano. I should have had a little more faith in Siraj, training out of a good gym. Sedano, not really. Good win, good win from the coming off of the brink of death from Jamie Siraj. Great win. We had Nick Ouellet versus Maxime Susi. Maxime Susi shows that there are levels to this game, and he is on a different level. Great win. Beautiful KO, stoppage, body kick. Trains at Frosta Hobbies team out in TriStar, so definitely going to keep an eye out on Mr. Susi. Nick Ouellet is now 2-2. Um, yeah. Moving on, we had Achilles. Actually, we had Xavier Nash here, and it was a close fight. It was a split decision. Nash lost due to the fact that he lost because he was getting outstruck and all the big punches were being landed from Achilles. But all the groundwork was Nash. And in my opinion, if Nash had a few more submission attempts, I feel like it could have swayed another one of the judges because it was already a split decision without the submission attempts. So I feel like Achilles should not go to the UFC until he fixes his glaring hole in his game, his grappling. Um, but yeah, he definitely looked okay tonight. Not great volume, but yeah, he looked pretty good on the feet. Yeah, good win for Achilles. 50-45 is atrocious. I don't know what judge gave him that, but or two judges, but yeah, not a good scorecard there. But good win for Achilles. Moving on, we had Jared Ravel, and it wasn't looking good. I can tell you that. And what do you know? Mr. Ravel pulled the old submission out of his hat like he did last time, and Bruno Silva, the BJJ black belt, was forced to go to sleep. Moving on, we had Navid Zanganaya versus Daniel Pilar. These Mexican guys, you can't just trust them. They have no jiu-jitsu, no wrestling. So Navid showed that there's levels to this ground game stuff. Moving on, we had Josh Kolutsky winning a dominant unanimous decision, and that's exactly what he did. Guy's a dog. He likes to make the fight ugly, and he wins a decision usually in that fashion. Next up, uh, we had Manny El Hefwani versus Mitch Strazella. I knew Strazella was going to win. El Hefwani had way too much ego and hype coming into this fight. His fight against my teammate, he didn't show pretty much anything. He was a big nothing burger. As a wise man once said. I thought Strazella was going to be too much for him, and I really wish I played it because he would have got some plus money. But yeah, moving on. We had Series CD as our biggest player of the card. Actually, of the week, he wins quite dominant fashion in the first round or second round. Beautiful body work, and that was it. All she wrote. Great win for Series CD, and he's off to the UFC next, I assume. 9-1. All right, guys, now off to BKFC. Okay, so starting off the card, we had Drake Holes versus David Lorero. Drake Holes dominated the fight. He landed an illegal shot when the guy was already on the floor, so that kind of was annoying, but he won dominantly either way, so good win for Drake Holes. Moving on, Coda Greenwood versus Derek Gates. I screwed up here. Never ever bet on bad fighters, even when they're fighting another bad fighter. It's just a lesson you got to learn. It's a hard lesson, but it's a lesson. Coda Greenwood, he is absolutely terrible, and I didn't. Him and High Pine are just so bad. Derek Gates got the win. That's all you need to know. He should never be getting a win in anything, and that's all you need to know. So, really disgusting fight. Good win for Gates, I guess. Moving on, we had Leo Bercier versus Willie Sears as our lock of the card, and what do you know? He cashes with ease. 3-0 on our locks of the card for a negative 100 parlay. So I would have taken that if I were you, but not everyone did. Moving on, we had Brady Meister, hometown boy, taking on Connor McKenna. Apparently, he has some mental health issues and some problems, so I really hope he gets the help he needs and gets better because he's a good guy. And he seems like he means well. So yeah, but good win for Brady Meister. Definitely a bit mismatched though. Next up, we had Dorian Long versus Mark Johnson. A little bit of a scare early with Mark Johnson dropping Dorian Long. Dorian Long came clutch though in the later rounds with a nice check hook. Really beautiful. Yeah, didn't see it coming at first, but it was a beautiful win for Dorian Long. Moving on, we had Gabriel Mata taking on Sawyer DP. Turns out Gabriel Mata is just a chubby lardo. He has some power in his hands, but that's about it. He is not good at all. So that's on me, guys. I screwed that up. Should have trusted the tape, but it is what it is. Moving on, we had Ryan Ibsen versus Dakota Highpin. I thought Pine was actually somewhat decent, but turns out him and Greenwood are terrible. So Ibsen picked him apart, and the doctor stopped the fight over a cut that was in under the eye, not over the eye, under the eye. Kind of blew me away how bad the judging and the reffing was in this, or the doctor was on this card, but it is what it is. Good win for Ibsen. Moving on, we had Jordan Christensen taking on Kerry Latimer. Jordan Christensen wins a unanimous decision. He just outworks and outpoints Kerry Latimer. Um, Good win for Jordan. Again, the opponent isn't that good, so not too great, but good win nonetheless. Moving on, we had Bryce Henry taking on Billy Wagner as our second lock of the card, and he cashes. He cashes in brutal fashion, a nice TKO. The thing with Bryce is he's got so much room to grow as a bare knuckle fighter that he's he's been using so much of his boxing background, laying against the ropes and countering. And it's been working for him, but he's gonna find someone where he can't do that too. So I'd be working a little more on my offense, not so much on my offensive defense, if that makes sense. Moving on, we had Dallas Davison versus Lloyd Mix. I had Davison winning, and he was about to win, but unfortunately, the judge. I mean, not unfortunately, but the judges or the doctor waved it off, and it was actually a bad cut, so you could actually justify that one, but just no consistency. But yeah, Lloyd Mix, I have him as a dog value, a little sprinkle. I feel like this is a pick'ems fight, so and I got it right. Lloyd Mix got the win. I don't think he deserved to win, but you know, win nonetheless. I'll take it. Moving on, we had Louis Lopez versus Kai Stewart. A lot of people were high on Louis Lopez, man, and I thought he was gonna win too, but I didn't want to put a lot on him because of this exact reason. He just if he can't bully the guy, he's gonna get bullied, and that's just how it goes. Louis Lopez is a crackhead. That's all I can say. Um, but yeah, guys, plus 7 units on the card. BKFC, I didn't do the greatest, but regardless, we're gonna crush the next week of fights, and yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, I gotta be up. We got a long day in the morning. All right, I'll see you.